Good day everyone, my name is John Joshua Grino and I'm your physical therapist for today. No! So for today, we'll be doing the range of motion of the interphalangeal joint of the first toe. So let's start! Okay, so we're here now to our model. So, in testing position, you can place the individual in a supine position or sitting position with the ankle and a foot in 0 degrees of dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, and eversion, as well as the MCP joint in a 0 degrees flexion, uh, extension, abduction, and abduction. So, in this setting, since we're testing the IP joint, we have to stabilize the MTP joint in order for the MTP not to flex as well when the IP joint is flexed. Okay? So, in placing the goniometer, we will be placing the fulcrum over the dorsal aspect of the interphalangeal joint being tested here. Okay? Next is the proximal arm. We will be placing the proximal arm over the dorsal midline of the proximal phalanx. Next is the distal arm. We will be placing the distal arm over the dorsal midline of the phalanx distal to the joint being tested. So, next is you will be instruct the patient to flex his IP joint without flexing the MTP joint. So, as what I've said earlier, we have to stabilize the MTP joint in order for it not to flex as well. So, 1, 2, 3, flex your IP joint. Okay, so as you can see, by the time the IP joint flexes, the distal arm also moves. So right now we will be read what the goniometer reads, to what degree it extends the IP joint flex. So the goniometer reading is at 0 to 35 degrees. So in that, the value is in the normal value, since the normal degrees is from 0 to 30, and at the end of the flexion, the end feel would be firm, and the motion occurs in the sagittal plane around the medial lateral axis. So for the extension, I'm sorry, the extension is not measurable because it is a return from the flexion to a 0 degrees position. So in flexion, it is just returning from the normal value to the back to its starting position, which is 0.